Boy, when this pandemic came and we partially closed our agency in March, we continued to serve people at essential jobs, but there were very few people that we served. But we continued reaching out to everybody. And as soon as we could connect with people, we started, I think, in April. We never stopped connecting with people. We called people every week, our staff and the people we serve. How you doing? Checking in. And then we started thinking, what can we do virtually with people? So it was not difficult to get our staff on board to say, hey, you want to join me in this remote class? But when we were able to see each other, it was so powerful. It's, kind of figuring all these remote classes out and just continuing to build on them. As a leadership team, we got together and said, what can we do? What do people want? What can we offer people that they're going to feel good about seeing the people, their friends, it's going to be good for them, their physical health, their mental health, and what can we do? So we came up with all these ideas, and at one time we were offering 60 remote offerings, just about 60. It was in the high 50s anyway. And now we've scaled back down. It's somewhere in the 40s now because we're ramping up our in-person services. We have hiking clubs and walking clubs, and we've kind of turned some of those into remote hiking and walking, so people track their miles in a week. And we have this class where we do virtual walks through some of our national parks. So they'll see the national park, they'll do their walking, and then we'll track everybody's miles, and because we're all trying to hit these mile markers for how many miles people are walking in these clubs. So it's very cool. We're finding that there are people that this might be their only link to other people for whatever reason, mental health reasons or whatnot, and it needs to be available. And you have to have skilled staff who can teach it, because there's curriculums that need to be written up and created. You need the technology. There's an incredible amount of staff time, pre-time that we set up. We call everyone in the class prior to the class, say, remember, we'll see you in about 20 minutes. We still have to have the same amount of staff with people. And they're saying, unless they change that, but it's not cheaper to provide remote services. It's just a different way to provide the services. And it would be a shame if the funding reimbursement was reduced. We wouldn't reach as many people. It would be a disincentive for providers to provide it. Whereas, I'm just feeling so fortunate that we could provide that service to so many people and reach out to so many people. And there's I gave you the number of 79 people right now that are involved in our remote classes. Of that number, there's several that wouldn't be doing anything right now if we didn't have that connection with them. They're not ready to come back to in-person. They may not be ready for a really long time. So to think that service might be reduced to a point where providers can't provide it doesn't make financial sense to provide it, would be very sad. It would be very unfortunate if that were to happen.